A huge wood fire had been lit under Jean-Claude's supersized chimney, despite the sun's rays pouring in through the window.
"It's definitely going to be really sunny and really warm,"
Jean-Claude confidently predicted. At this declaration, everyone looked very gloomy indeed. Our favourite neighbour was more often wrong than right about the weather, and most of us who knew him well would bet on the exact opposite of whatever he prophesied. Perhaps, like me, everyone was remembering the events of the year before, when Jean-Claude had organised a barbecue to celebrate his wedding anniversary, or 35 years of being nagged, as he had called it behind his wife's back. His prediction of blue skies on that particular day had been based on ant activity in his garden.
"They've been slow-moving all day," he said. "It means no rain. They move faster before the clouds open, making sure their dens are protected."
He couldn't have been more wrong. We had ended up spending the entire time huddled in the garage attached to the side of his house, watching the torrential rain create a river that hurtled down the hill outside the property, while getting headaches from the relentless rumble of his ancient boiler, which was so loud that we all had to shout to hear each other over the din. In the kitchen, Bernadette, Jean-Claude's wife, handed each of us a tall glass. Petit frère, Marc, me, Madame Bernadette — we all call her that because there are 3 Bernadettes in the village. The third is known as Old Madame Bernadette — Constance, Madame Rohart, and Claude, who lives at the top of the hill, father of Claude, who lives at the bottom of the hill, were members of a small committee with just one job, and a sunny day would most certainly help to make the event that we were organising more successful.
"Bah, for once he may be right,"
said Bernadette, in an attempt to reassure everyone.
"Meteo forecast sun all weekend."
Although never that reliable either, the official French weather forecast was definitely more of a sure thing than Jean-Claude. She placed a bowl of rice on the table, together with a yellow plastic jug containing water and a bottle of pastis. This was the final committee meeting, and we would celebrate with a traditional drink. There wasn't enough room for us all to be sitting down, so I was perched on Marc's lap, and around the rest of the table sat Madame Bernadette, who was petite and white-haired, Madame Rohart with a small ginger kitten on her ample lap, whose mother was watching from under the table, and Constance, one of the best cooks in the village. The others stood. Petit frère was closest to the fire, and his face had turned almost as red as his russet-coloured hair. Claude was standing next to the sink with Jean-Claude, where Bernadette could keep a watchful eye on them and make sure they didn't sneak off to talk about pigeons or pumpkins, their 2 favourite things. For several weeks we had met once a week in this little kitchen to arrange a party for Claudette, Bernadette's mother, whose 86th birthday was imminent. Under the watchful eye of Jean-Claude's great-grandfather Albert, whose photo sat proudly on top of a dresser packed with cups, jugs, glasses, and miniature figurines, we had plotted, planned, and prepared for the big day. Almost all of Jean-Claude's proposals had been rejected, as he had a tendency to get carried away. His outlandish suggestions had included laying a red carpet into the salle des fêtes, where the party would be held, as it was due to take place just before the Cannes Film Festival, having fire-eaters for entertainment, and everyone dressing up as members of the British royal family, because Claudette is a huge fan.
"No, no, and no," said Bernadette sternly. "This is a secret party. Maman knows nothing about it, and I want it kept that way. I want no rumours of red carpets and talk of dressing up like a queen getting back to her."
The food had been decided, the wine, beer, and aperitifs chosen, the guest list agreed. Each of us had been allocated different jobs. Now all we had to do was carry out our roles to Bernadette's satisfaction and make the day special for Claudette. The celebratory bottle of pastis was passed around the room, with everyone adding water to their measures and then ice, turning the pastis a milky soft yellow, the aroma of aniseed filling the air.
"Ah, le petit jaune, the little yellow one. How I've missed you," said Jean-Claude reverentially, as he